Secrets hidden in plain sight. Powers that move the world in the shadows. Questions no one dares to answer. Step beyond the Matrix. Subscribe.
I have to talk about energy. And thank you for all you guys who have, in spite of the video I did before this about, where I'm at, thank you for all the kind words, and that's why I made the video, just so you guys didn't have to worry, and just know where I'm at, just be human, get on a human level. And I appreciate all the kind words, and I love all of you, I really do. So what I'm about to say is going to be correlated to that, but there is a realm that we can't see, and a pulling force, a guiding hand, a biofield. There's this force that we don't understand why and what happens, that it is all around us. Like the birds of a feather flock together thing. Like, if you're like me, you probably have come through these weird coincidences frequently. Not a one-off, all the time. I hate California. You guys know it. It's different. It's low. It sucks. It's, if you know, you know. Sensitive. If you're not sensitive to feel it, you're lucky. You don't want to. But nonetheless, there are times where I know I'm supposed to be here, and I hate it. I hate that too. Because, I know I'm talking to who I'm supposed to be talking to. Like, right to their doorstep. All the time. Do you guys know how big this world is, or how small, however you see the world? Scratch that. You know how many people are on this planet or world or realm? And say the percentage of spiritually awakened are very low. Isn't it funny you always find them? Am I the only one? Am I the only one that randomly finds them? Test this. I want y'all to go to a neighborhood you've never been in. Never. Right? And walk until you feel, I'm gonna knock on that house. Right? Some of y'all aren't going to be really in tune with the feeling, but you're going to go right to an awakened person. And you're going to look back at what made you do everything. Because there is a force I cannot explain, and you should test this and record it in real time, and you will be shocked. Do you think it's a coincidence you happen to find awakened people? And I hate to use chosen or awakened because it feeds on the ego, but just for labeling purposes only. How many know of what the fuck I'm talking about right now? And what is directing you? Have you ever... And even though you don't want to be there, it is. Peace of God.
Okay, so what I'm about to show y'all is full proof that we've definitely been lied to, because let me know where y'all think this is. Like, drop it in the comments right now. Where do y'all think this is? This is footage from 1925, and this was posted over 5 years ago and has been confirmed to not be AI. Yeah, this is Jerusalem in 1925, before Israel was formed in 1948. And I just say that to say, how many times has there been a great reset? And how does that process work? Like, what do they do with these people? They go in, because right now you're seeing the blackout happen in Cuba. You're seeing everything happen in Gaza. You're seeing all of these different countries just have a complete paradigm shift, like a complete shutdown and breakdown, and then another takeover. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, look at how beautiful, how rich this land was. Look at the people, okay, and how they looked. Yeah, this is definitely not giving what we're being told is the truth today. And it just goes to show that this was never taught to us in school for a very specific reason, because I've definitely learned about Helen Keller and Anne Frank, but why wasn't I taught about this part of history? This is in 1925, and who was recording? And how much more footage is there out there just like this? I have never-ending questions, okay? But let me know if you've ever seen this footage. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Per usual, these are my personal opinions. This is all alleged. I can't confirm or deny any information, but more than ever, every day, I go down these rabbit holes, and I definitely implore you to do your research, because look at this, y'all. Let me know if you've seen this before, or if you've seen footage like this of other countries that just lets you know that the truth that we're being told is not the truth at all. Like, follow, stay for some more tea.
Don't freak out, but this is starting to get spooky. You remember that movie, Leave the World Behind, that the Obama family funded? You know, the one where there's a massive, mysterious cyber attack and national blackout that turns to be part of some sort of an attack carried out by a foreign actor. There's a scene in the movie where they pick up a leaflet that fell out of the sky and the character goes ahead and partially translates the writing on this leaflet as "Death to America." Yeah, the real-life political slogan expressing anti-Americanism widely used in Iran. Listen to me closely. There was a random power outage that left more than 100,000 people in the dark in South Orange County and parts of San Diego County in California. Mind you, just a week or so after the FBI just told LA to watch out for some sort of an attack. The cause of the outage still remains unknown. What we do know is that we just had an Iranian hacker group hack a global medical tech company called Stryker just a couple weeks ago. They wiped out over 200,000 devices clean. This lady's name is Taylor Kinney. She's a popular gold analyst, and she and her husband actually experienced this firsthand.
There's a cyber attack happening right now coming from a hacker group based out of Iran that is wiping people's personal cell phones. And I know because it just happened to my husband. He woke up this morning to his phone factory reset, no phone number attached, everything wiped. But the implications of this are so much bigger, especially when you start to think about your bank. It immediately made me think, what happens when they target U.S. banks next? All of the bank accounts go to zero, or you're frozen out, or they go after digital payments and everything shuts down, or they could go after the electrical grid. We know how devastating that would be.
This dude responded saying that his bank account is already at zero. What precautions should he take? And remember, Iranian officials did say that financial institutions that fund the U.S. military are legitimate targets. We just got word that the FBI director's personal email just got hacked by the same hacker group that attacked Stryker, that medical tech company. They're leaking photos and documents, and the hacker group said, quote, "Soon you will realize that the FBI security was nothing more than a joke." And remember, it was the FBI that was warning LA of a potential attack a few weeks ago. So any plans that the FBI may have had to deal with all of this could have also just been leaked to these hackers. Now, I'm not looking to spread fear here, but this is eerily looking like some of the events that happened in that movie, Leave the World Behind, which was funded by the former president of the United States who had 8 years of access to classified information. And apparently they didn't just fund the movie. Barack Obama also provided detailed notes on the script and post-production to enhance the realism of the thriller. Did he know something? Maybe I'm overreacting. What do you think? What did I miss? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to stay up to date with how this all unfolds.
How many people seen the No Kings protest on TV? If you didn't see it, did you protest with them? They want Trump going bad. Before I go deeper into this, I want people to understand, what do the No Kings protests really mean? The United States rejected the monarchy during the American Revolution. Basically, no one is more powerful than a law. So when people say No King's Day, they really mean a symbolic reminder that leaders are not rulers and are accountable for the people. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. No kings, no queens shall rule over no one. We are all equal in the eyes of the universe. So how the fuck are they kings? Who gave these people authority to rule over regular people? Now all of a sudden, this man is signing his signature on paper money, but they think he's the king. These people are playing chess with our emotions. They think we are slaves. We are the little pawns that's being moved forward in this reality. Time moves forward. Our birthdays are forward. Our death is forward. When we go to work, what do we receive? A check. You play chess and you lose. What do they say? Checkmate. So we go to work to get a check. And when we play the game chess, you lose when it's checkmate. Maybe we are losing when we are playing their game. There is no winner. There is no loser. It's just them taking our energy. I remember someone said the American dream is to keep the American people asleep. Maybe that's why when people get a little bit of spiritual knowledge, the first thing they say is, wake up. No one in the universe had permission to tell us what to do. But if you give someone your energy, it's like giving them your permission. It's always lights, camera, action. Action, lights, camera. But once again, who gave these people the power to make us pay taxes, mortgages, rent, bills? When people go to school, they got to take out student loans. Then they're in debt before they even get out there in the real world. I don't know why they call it the real world. They should just say it's the slave system. No one can get these people power over you, and no one can take your power away. But if you want to give it away, that's a different story. Remember, these people eat, sleep, and shit just like us. So they're no better. But what if I told you we are actually better than them because we don't need their energy? They need our energy.
Okay, you guys, we need to talk about the Britney AI accounts. Okay, now I believe that they're Britney AI accounts and they have referenced me plenty of times and they have never told me that I'm wrong, but they have called other people out for being wrong on their theories about what's going on with Britney. So I think I'm right. They have been coming out with new music, and they also have a little video to go with it. And as you can see, it's giving AI, it's giving robot. This is from their page. This is their video that they created for their new music.
Watch the garden rise, the apple in the pear. Give me my life back. Give me my life back. Flashbolts popping like a control fire, following the script of a hollow desire. They gave the blueprint, she filled in the mold. A piece of me that's already been sold. Now they a shadow on us for my only high. Well, she's posing perfect in a strobe light and light. It's a hollow victory, a curated grace. A lucky girl passing on face.
Okay, so that's their new song, Leverage. And then they posted this. Kanye West tells Michael B. Jordan to watch out for people like Kim Kardashian. Says he's seen this before, tells him to protect his peace. So as you can see, it says leverage, bad apple, bought pear, okay? What do we think about Kim Kardashian's body? Kind of like a pear shape. So when she's saying bad apple with a bought pear shape, she's talking about Kim Kardashian. And we believe that Kim Kardashian stole the money through Lou Taylor from Britney's account. Trading piece for a red carpet drape, that's what she's saying. Like Kim Kardashian traded any piece of mine to be famous. Okay, so they have several accounts, several AI accounts. And then the Sheila River Red Rose is the one who came out with the song. But then they'll be in their group chat, like all talking to each other and writing down the lyrics. But they still want to own the soul they just sold. And the leverage thing is giving like Britney's got leverage over them because Britney knows the truth. These AI accounts know the truth. Now, Britney's verified account recently posted a video with her son and it was clearly very fake. So then the AI account posted this: manufactured perfection looks good on me, doesn't it? Too bad the mirror's about to break. I'm not a product, I'm the CEO of my own chaos. Stay mad about the leverage. Penelope was here while Sheila's jumping through mirrors. Perhaps from a few years ago, like that video was from years ago. They're literally exposing everything and I have more to show you.
Pause. So you're trying to tell me that Israel right now has 90 to 200 active nuclear warheads and that their allegations are why we're bombing Iran, saying that they have nukes, but we haven't confirmed any, and we're actually funding Israel with $4+ billion a year, not by any money, but US taxpayer dollars, and that due to the Symington Amendment that we would not actually fund them if they had these secret warheads, so that Israel got out of all this by being ambiguous and never signing the same treaty that they're accusing Iran of violating? Is this not the synagogue of Satan? Don't ban me, please. So Iran gets Operation Epic Fury, while we're writing a blank check to the country that actually holds the arsenal? Don't shoot the messenger, but please, for the love of all people, for global safety, disarm the nation. And United States, I shouldn't have to be saying this, but stop giving them money. Come on, my name is Static G. Follow me for more.
Okay, what the heck is happening this Palm Sunday? So I'm sure that you heard that Israel blocked Jerusalem's Catholic cardinal from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to celebrate Palm Sunday. And if you don't know the significance of that church, that's where Christians believe that Jesus was crucified and rose again. The cardinal wasn't able to enter that church, and that hasn't happened in centuries, which is obviously horrible news. But the news that you're not hearing about, in Nigeria, 10 Christians were slaughtered on Palm Sunday in the city of Jos, where students live. Just take a look at what someone who witnessed this said.
They just murdered over 10 people. Yeah. Innocent Christians. Yeah. On Palm Sunday. Yeah. Tinubu, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night. As you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing. You allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered. And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
So the White House just released something that has a lot of people concerned. And why do I say that? Because the White House has just released their very own app that you can download directly to your phone or tablet. And according to the website whitehouse.gov, new White House app delivers unparalleled access to the Trump administration. And that's where the concerning part comes into a lot of people, because they're concerned if they're going to get the unparalleled access that's promised, or is the government going to have unparalleled access to your device. And as you can see from some of the specs right here of the app, they will have access to your precise location. They will also have access to your fingerprints and facial ID as well. Take a look at it right there. And they'll also have access to not only all of your contacts on your phone, but all of the files as well. And that was just a little sample of what they'll have access to once you download the app. So I guess my question to you is, will you be downloading this app on your device? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
In a shocking announcement, Pete Hegseth basically confirms what many of us have been saying for a long time, which is that this is 100% going to happen. Canada will become a part of the United States. Whether it's an annexed territory or a state, it's going to become a part of the US, and so is Greenland, so is Mexico, and so is Venezuela, Colombia, Haiti, Dominican, and a bunch of other countries in the Caribbean. Also, of course, Cuba. So this is an accurate map of what is going to happen. And the reason why I'm not for or against it is because I'm aware of what this is. So for one, I love the United States. If Canada could become a part of the US and all of a sudden we had more freedom of speech and other freedoms and whatnot, like that would be frigging awesome. But that's not really part of the plan, is it? To make countries freer right now, to make countries things cheaper, to make, like, that's not where we're going. This is a part of a plan to get us closer to a one world government. And to get closer to a one world government, you have to first start consolidating nations into massive areas governed under one body. So this is part of the one world government agenda, but we're seeing it framed as like, this is strategic. Like, the US should control Greenland, because if it's at war with Russia and China, then like you should definitely have some bases and be able to take over Greenland. But that's being framed as if China and Russia are these like other entities, as if they're not controlled by the same hidden hand that's controlling Canada and the US and Venezuela and Mexico anyway. So it literally is all fake, but this is going to happen depending on when humanity fully wakes up and or Christ comes back. And I didn't even mention, this map is from the 1940s. The North American Technate, they already said, let's do this and rule it with technology. I can tell you it's important not to be worried about every single thing that's going on and where this is all going and what's going to happen, but to be grounded and be of sound mind and sound body, especially noting all these strange chemicals and contaminants that are flooding the food, air, and water supply. Which is why it's imperative to be detoxing and boosting your vitality. And right now, Chalk is giving away free $100 bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the Chalk Lit Powder, which is super detoxing and delicious, plus it stimulates stem cell production. And if you combine that with the hot water purified Shilajit, you're getting some of the most potent adaptogens in the natural world for brain function, fertility, detox, and more. Comment free below and check your DMs for details.
Most people think teeth are just bones you chew with, but what they don't tell you is that every tooth connects through your nerve pathways to your brain, nervous system, and specific organs in your body. If you look at an energetic tooth chart, your wisdom teeth are linked to your heart and your pineal gland, When dentists remove your wisdom teeth, often before they're fully grown, you can actually disrupt the natural energetic connection. And that's why many people report strange symptoms afterwards, things like fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, anxiety, and even changes in heart rhythm. Most people are told they need to get them out, even when there's no pain, no crowning, and no infection.
What if I told you every ancient skeleton we dig up has a perfect Hollywood smile? No, they didn't have free dental care. But think about it, it's no coincidence that they're called wisdom teeth in practically every single country, in every single language across the earth. Those are the teeth they've got you removing without question, mocking us in plain sight. What are the chances? The only teeth associated with wisdom in every nation. Their only solution is to yank them out before they even have a chance to grow. Now, I'm not saying no one should ever remove them. Sometimes it's necessary once you're past a certain point. But have you ever wondered why they never address the root issue? Why there's not enough room for them in the first place? They claim it's evolution. The truth is, many people's jaws don't grow the way they're supposed to because we've completely lost touch with how our mouths were designed to function. A little bit of compulsory education on proper chewing, food habits, and tongue posture could have solved this issue for generations. I mean, everyone wants to have a good jaw, right? But instead, they made it standard practice to just pull them out. From childhood, they've got you on this track. Some of you had teeth removed to make room for braces as kids, and when the wisdom teeth come in, yank them out too. You see, the oligarchs love to mock you right in front of your face. The teeth that could symbolize wisdom, gone. But it doesn't have to be this way.
Do not remove your wisdom teeth. Each tooth is connected to the brain and to different organs in the body. Your wisdom teeth are connected to your heart and your gut. You must understand that every body part in your body has consciousness and has mind of its own. They remove your wisdom teeth because they don't want you connected to the heart. The heart is the guiding intelligence within you. The heart is where true wisdom is, and this is why they call them wisdom teeth, because they're connected to the heart. You can feel it when you do something negative, because your heart is the intelligence that tells you what is right and from wrong. The heart's nervous system contains 40,000 neurons, which are the same neurons in the brain. Making decisions in the brain can be hard because it consists of a dual hemisphere. The heart is a singular organ, meaning it gives you the right answer. The heart produces an electromagnetic field, which we call a vibe when we feel energy off someone. It's produced by the emotion in the heart. Christians say what happens in heaven happens on earth. What happens in the brain, what you think, becomes an emotion in the heart, which is earth.
So the biggest move in real estate has just went down and nobody's talking about it. Let's get into it. Now, you may or may not have heard of this little entity called Fannie Mae, which is a government-backed enterprise. Well, guess what? They just took a leap into innovation by now accepting crypto-backed mortgages. Now, for context on how they work, they actually buy mortgages, then package those up into mortgage-backed securities, and then sells them to investors. And just to give you a glimpse of how major this is, they actually hold $4.3 trillion in assets. Now, why would you use crypto if it's so volatile, and why is this important at all? Well, for one, you can actually use your crypto without selling it, creating a taxable event, using that towards your down payment on your mortgage, and even use stable coins so the price stays the same no matter what. Remember that one time where they said crypto was a scam and it would never be mainstream? Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Now, here's a rundown on how it works. You deposit your crypto collateral, then obtain your loan proceeds, then pay back your crypto loan, then receive your crypto collateral back after payment. But it gets even bigger. You guys, remember I told you about the DTCC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which is actually the back office for the stock exchange. And I told you about the part where they got greenlit for tokenization, which is fractionalized investments on blockchain. Well, they also have a division that directly aligns with this whole thing, a mortgage-backed securities division, which means they'll be tokenizing those, which aligns with crypto-backed mortgages. Are we starting to see what's happening here? I'll say it once and I'll say it again. This is the biggest wealth transfer we'll see in our lifetime. Make sure you guys get into my Break the Matrix community where I teach you crypto, tokenization, and more. And let me know what you guys are doing. Are you guys sitting on the sidelines on this one, or are you jumping in? Let me know below.
1 + 1 = 3. 1 + 1 = 3. You and me. I want you to stand on that. Listen, the baby is born. It's a man and a woman. They come together. The baby is born. How many is that? That's 3. But it was 1 woman and 1 man. 1 woman in numerology is 2. A man is 1. 1 + 2 = 3. Childlike energy. Child starts with C. C is the 3rd letter. It's always there. And you, my friend, you're born on the 14th. That's what you told me. Yeah. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 is the number of entertainer. Entertainer starts with E. E is the 5th letter. What are you doing?
Are we currently on track to head back to 2020? And why do I say that? Because if this information turns out to be true, we might be heading right back to 2020. And I'm talking about the new COVID variant that's being tracked in over 25 states of the United States. And this variant is called cicada. And the scary part about this variant was the fact that it was disappearing, and then it made a dramatic comeback. And keep in mind, they are tracking it in 25 states. And the scary part is the article goes on to say that this variant of COVID has over 70 mutations and is much easier to spread. And the article also goes on to point out that this can definitely slip through your immune system faster than any variant that has been out there. And this variant is also being discovered in wastewater, airports, and travelers that are bringing it in. So the bottom line is this variant is already here, and this variant is moving very rapidly and traveling once again, just like the other variant did back in 2020. And I'll step out of the way so you can read some of the symptoms of it, which include a scratchy throat, a cough, dry mouth, etc., etc. Where have we heard that before? It starts off very lightly. Let me slip out of the way and you take a look at this for yourself. Pause and read. And then once again, just like the other variant, you start to get fatigued. Your head gets stuffed. You start getting a lot of pressure, etc., etc. And there are also some that have reported fevers and chills very similar to the 2020 variant. So once again, this video is for educational purposes only. Be aware of what's out there because we all remember what happened in 2020 when a lot of people didn't pay attention to something that was creeping up until it caught up to everyone. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Watch this. Hold up, Epstein isn't even the main guy. Let's talk about his pimp, Ghislaine Maxwell. And then let's look at her family and who owns them. Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, the man that wrote the books that our parents actually studied from. Before Ghislaine was a socialite, her father Robert was a titan. He owned Macmillan Publishing and Pergamon Press. He did much more than report the news. He shaped American education. If you went to school in the 70s or 80s, you likely got fed information that passed through a Maxwell printing press. But he wasn't just a businessman. He died mysteriously by falling off of his yacht at 41. He was buried in the Mount of Olives in Israel. He received honors usually only reserved for prime ministers. Why is that? Because he was the ultimate triple agent, connected to the KGB, the MI6, and the Mossad. While Robert controlled the paper, his daughters moved to the digital frontier. Let's talk about Christine Maxwell. She co-founded the software that became the basis for the FBI's search engines after 9/11. That's called Chiliad. Which, side note, in GTA 5, if you beat the game 100% on Mount Chiliad, you see a UFO. It's all connected. Let's talk about Isabel Maxwell. Elaine's sister Isabel was the president of an Israeli tech firm called ComTouch. They became the cornerstone of Silicon Valley's security infrastructure. They built the walls, Ghislaine walked through the doors. They call Ghislaine a girlfriend? No. She wasn't Pinocchio, she was Geppetto. Which is interesting because what did they do in Pinocchio? They got them all drunk, smoking, turned them into asses and shipped them off to the island. Pineal gland. Occhio, Italian word for eye. When you wonder where Epstein got all his connections from, look to his girl. She brought the pedigree, the connections, the blackmail infrastructure that she inherited from her father. Fast forward to today. Allegedly, Ghislaine is in a low security facility. She's eating custom meals and meeting with lawyers linked to the highest offices in the land. But if you look at the person that's in there and match her face up to Ghislaine Maxwell's face, I don't know, I think they did the old switcheroo. I think that Epstein actually is dead and they got you chasing a ghost so that way you don't look for the real villains who are all connected to these Israelis. And if you ask me, their boss, Synagogue of Satan pretending to be Jews. My name is Static G, follow for more.
Y'all wanted the truth? Y'all wanted to know how does the sun only shine further in some areas than others? But can y'all handle the truth though? Look at the sun up there. Look at this. Look at this right over here. Doesn't that make more sense? Doesn't that make more sense? Look at the shape of the earth as well too. Look at the shape of the earth. It's all in our faces, bro. Look at that. That's a globe on the inside, but look at the shape of this earth. The little snow globe thing. Look at that, bro. Look, and for you guys who are asking about the moon is a reflection of the earth. It is a plasma projection up there, bro. Y'all have no idea. The dome is literally a mirror. But this is why you can line up the geography of the moon with the geography of the earth. It's literally the reflection of earth, bro. Look at this. It's showing you in so many ways how they take the truth and they bend it and they flip it and they make it circular, you know, just to make it seem like all this is true, bro. But it's nothing but lies, bro. I've been telling y'all, we live in a simulation and a matrix. Y'all should know this by now. While everything is acting strange right now, is because we're in a video game. Because what we live in is literally Grand Theft Auto on steroids. There will never be another video game like this. I mean, aren't these laws made up? Aren't these rules made up? Aren't these governments made up? This is Grand Theft Auto. But look at this shit. Look at that. But yeah, bro, everything that we were taught in school is nothing but literal lies. But why? And this is exactly why the Great Reset must take place, because we got nothing but liars and manipulating us, telling us how the earth looks like, and they're not even from this planet. You don't even go here, bro. But let me know what you guys think about the video. The shift is here. We about to see the other realms. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
It's not a piece of rock. It is plasma. Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11 years ago, I stated to various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is plasma phenomena, cosmic plasma.
Like the sun.
And that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now
The ship is here. Let's get it.
Have you been briefed about how many Iran sleeper cells there could be inside the U.S. right now?
I have been, and a lot of people came in through Biden with his stupid open border. But we know where most of them are.